What's up guys, it's Lord of the Cubes, and this is a 4D Rubik's Cube. So I opened the package thinking it was a different package and was pleasantly surprised to see that this is the Hypercube I ordered from Grant. Grant is a Hypercuber and he recently designed a 4D 1x3x3x3 Rubik's Cube. Yeah, the video title and thumbnail was kind of clickbait. It's not actually a 3x3x3x3, it's a 1x3x3x3. So it's basically a 4D version of this thing. Anyway, it came with a note from Grant. Thanks for ordering, hope you enjoy the puzzle even with this being my kind of rough draft. Grant Hypercuber. When Grant started selling these, he said that we could buy an early version of the puzzle for a lower price when it wasn't quite as good as the ones that he's selling these days, and I was like, sure. So I bought one of the early ones, and thusly I'm one of the first people to be able to get one. So let's see this. Looks like it came with some kind of keychain. Yep, it came with a 3D printed like hypercubing keychain. So on the 3x3x3x3, this is what the faces of it look like. Actually in the light you can kind of see the like layer lines from the 3D printer. It looks kind of cool. Yeah, it's a little bit transparent. I don't know, I'm not a hypercuber, so I don't think I'll be like carrying this around with me, but I guess I'm kind of about to be a hypercuber. I mean, I did call the video becoming a hypercuber, so. He also made a 3D printed box for it to come in. You can hear the layer lines sliding against each other when you take it out. And this is the cube. So first thing I'm noticing about this is, I should have expected this, but it's super heavy. Turning is pretty good actually. I'll get into how this puzzle turns in a little bit. There's a little bit of damage on the green face, not sure how that happened. And I'm also noticing that this is smaller than a standard 3x3. Now size of course doesn't matter that much, but this is what it looks like. In fact, I've got a 2x2 on hand. This is 50 millimeters, so it's the size of a 2x2, easy to transport for sure. Another little mistake on the green side, seemingly. I did buy the rough draft cuboid, so that makes sense. So yeah, he is selling these. Any damage you see on mine will not be on the ones that he's selling now, because I bought a prototype of it. So let's get into solving this thing, because that's what this video is about after all. Ooh. Oh, okay, cool. He said in his video that you couldn't really finger trick it. I guess that's what he means. But anyway, basically this puzzle can do any sort of 3x3 turn on it, and on top of that, you can also take off a face entirely, rotate it however you want, and slap it back on there. Now, this may look the same from the outside, but first off, color scheme's wrong. Second of all, you'll notice that the pink and purple is swapped. The reason there's pink and purple on this is that a 4D hypercube, or hypercuboid in this case, would have 8 colors instead of 6. The same way a 2D floppy cube, right? There's only 4 side colors, but it's 6 when you bring it into the 3rd dimension. So you actually have to make sure that it's flipped correctly so that the purple is on the inside and the pink is on the outside when you're solving this. And as we can see, it looks pretty cool when you do a cross-section of it and it's got pink in there. But yeah, I do appreciate this. This is the standard hypercube color scheme. I like that it's got purple and pink as its 7th and 8th colors, as opposed to purple and gray like the standard FTO scheme. As you guys probably know, I'm a huge fan of the MF8 FTO color scheme, so, you know, pink for life. Anyway, let's scramble this thing up so I can become a hypercuber. Ooh. Shoot, didn't expect that to happen. Okay, so I believe you can actually get a parity with 1 corner twist, so I hope this won't mess up the solve, but if it does, I can just take a piece out and put it back in. That's on me, I got a little too careless. And like I said, he said the magnets were weaker in this version of it, so I'm assuming that that won't happen with the ones that he's selling now. I don't know. All I'm saying is take this video with a grain of salt. His standard puzzle quality is going to be better than this. Anyway, now that this is quite scrambled up, I think it's time that I start solving it. I'm a little distracted by the fact that the orange and pink just blends in with each other. Orange and pink are more similar than a lot of people realize in color schemes. Anyway, the first thing that he did in his walkthrough solve was to just assemble faces of all pink sides and flip them over so that those could be purple, because like I said, the correct state is for purple to be on the inside and pink to be on the outside. And now we've got a full side of pink colors, and we can flip it over, and now it's all purple. Let's do orange next, because that one's got a purple inner center. Alright, we've got an odd number of flipped over corners. I don't believe that's actually possible. I think this is because it fell out while I was scrambling it, so what I'm gonna do is flip it around. Again, this is just because I mistakenly reassembled it the wrong way while scrambling it, so You know, don't yell at me in the comments, it's not cheating. This is the problem with 4D physical puzzles, they can't have a mechanism that works, but magnets are like the best possible workaround for that. Alright, so now we've got that flipped over, and again we've got one edge left unflipped, so I'm just gonna flip it around. And now that we've done that, all of these pieces are purple on the inside, except for the green center. I think this is possible, would be my guess, because like when you flip it one face you can get that. I don't actually know how to fix it, but I have a hunch. So my thought process is, if we like flip over the opposite face, now these are all pink. If we do something like this, now we have half of the pieces surrounding the green center are pink, half of them are purple on the inside. So if we just flip this over now, oh, okay, that corner actually got rotated just now. Glad I caught that. But now we still have half of them flipped and half of them not. So now if we solve this again, it should be able to just go back to how it was, because now we have 4 corners, 4 edges, and 1 center that needs to be flipped. I don't know if I'm explaining this well. I'm not gonna lie, I usually don't explain things particularly well in my solving videos, which is why I haven't been doing as many of them, but I'll do my best. So we can flip this over. Alright, and now every side has purple on the inside. And now, basically, unless we get parity, there's going to just be a 3x3 solve from here, and then it's over. I also don't know much about hypercubing. Feel free to comment your thoughts on this, especially if you are a hypercuber, because you're going to be able to explain things better than I can. Anyway, there's the cross. Frick. That's awesome. I got a little too careless. Well, now we get to see what the core looks like, I guess. Purple on the inside, pink on the outside. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that sucks. I guess I'm just gonna reassemble it into a state where I've got 3 of the 4 F2L pairs sitting, because that's about where I was. And then if I need to swap like 2 corners or 2 edges later, because that's not possible on this, then I'll just do that. This feels like a good time to remind you guys that, again, I specifically bought one at a discounted price that he told me the magnets were not as strong on, and I was like, sure. So again, this does not represent the overall quality of his puzzles. Okay, so I reassembled it into a state where, you know, 3 of the 4 F2L pairs is made, because that's about where I was. And I actually intentionally gave myself parity just so I could demonstrate how to solve parity on this. Let's get that last F2L pair in now. And I'm definitely going to be more careful while solving this from now on, because now I've learned from my mistakes. Alright, F2L's done now, and as you can see, this OLL is not a case that exists. So I'll show you guys what to do if you get one twisted corner. Alright, reassembled it again. I keep getting, like, too overconfident with, like, how strong the magnets are. He specifically said that these ones would be weak, and I'm dumb, I guess, I don't know. Well, everything's done now, except for PLL, of course, and we've got 1 corner twist. So the way that you do this is you do the normal, like, beginner's methods, corner twisting thing, but you move it the wrong way the first time. So let's do that real quick. Alrighty, and now that we've done this, we can actually flip it over. And what flipping this side over is going to do is it's going to move this from needing a counterclockwise twist to needing a clockwise twist. Because we just did a counterclockwise twist, a clockwise twist will undo all the messing up we did of the first 2 layers, so that once we do this, we can do that clockwise twist. And now that we've done that, this is all solved and the yellow side is solved. So that's how you fix a single corner twist on this cube. Oh, I gotta flip it back over. I was gonna say something's not right here. Alright, now it's all done. And we just have PLL left, so I used to look PLL, so this is gonna be quite long. Alright, now we just got a U-perm. And we are done. I'm a hypercuber now. Let's go, guys. This is nothing like actual hypercubing. If you want to see more stuff on this puzzle, make sure to check out Grant's channel. He'll have a much more accurate representation of what the puzzles he'll be selling look like, because again, I just bought the prototype. But yeah, this is super cool. I also like the box, honestly. Thank you so much for watching this video, and on that note, this is Lord of the Cubes, signing off.